Okay, this is going to be a brief tutorial in using Excel to enter data and make charts for your pancake project. So the first data that you took is time. It might have been, for example, beats in the metronome. So we'll make a column called time and then type in how many beats you took data at. So maybe you were doing it every 2 beats. So you might go 2, 4, 6, 8. This is whatever data you took down. So say that you took data at each of those points. Okay. So the second column is going to be the radius. So you measured the radius at each of these points, and you might have some data. I'm going to type in pretend data. I'm going to pretend that we measured these values. Okay, so now we have some time data, some radius data. I have not put units in here, but I would want to see that in the final version. Here's where we get to use some of Excel's power to make things more interesting. Say that I took the radius in inches and I want it in centimeters. I don't want to go down and calculate each one of these things, and I don't want you guys to have to do that either. So what I want you to do instead is I want you to change the radius in one column of inches to centimeters in the next column. Okay, so we look up what the conversion is from inches to centimeters, and then we're going to type a formula in the sheet that will do the conversion for us. So to type a formula, click on the box that you want to type it in, and you're going to start out with an equal sign. That tells Excel that you want it to evaluate this as a formula. So the formula here is going to be 2.54 centimeters times inches. Okay, so in this column going across at time of 2 beats, when the radius was 6 inches, I want to calculate it in centimeters, so I'm going to click on the 6 inches box. Okay, so this formula says take what's in this inches box here and multiply it by 2.54, and that gives a centimeter value. So now I have centimeters, and the best part is that I can do the entire column now with just a few more clicks. I don't have to keep typing it in. So I'm gonna click the rest of the column. See, I want to convert every one of these inches into centimeters and fill the whole column. So I'm going to go over to fill up above, and I'm going to fill downward. I'm going to take the top formula, which is a conversion to centimeters, and I'm going to fill it down. So this is going to fill down all the cells with a centimeter conversion. Okay. So at this point I have entered my time and my radius, and now I've converted my radius to centimeters. So one of the next things that you were asked to do was an expected rate of change. I'm sorry, let's start with the calculated rate of change, the actual rate of change. So the actual rate of change of the radius, you're doing that just by saying how much does the radius change from one value to the next. So what I want to say is I want to look in this column here, and this cell should have the difference between 20.32 and 15.24. So I'm going to say it's equal, because this is a formula, it's equal to this cell minus this cell. And as you can see, that's subtracting, that's 5.08. And once again, I'm going to fill this formula down, and Excel is smart about it. So over to fill and down, and it's actually going to do these subtractions, and it's going to move them down along. Okay. So this is dr dt, in that it's the difference in the radius, dr, and if we were to divide that by time, it would be dt. So really this is a dr right here, and we can use this to get dr dt. Okay, I don't want to tell you how to do your whole project here, but let's say that you've done some fancy calculus with implicit differentiation, and you have come up with a formula for a predicted dr dt. Now we're going to compare that to the actual one. So let's say that your formula, I'm totally making this up, okay? But we do know that your formula should be looking something like some constant value over r. So maybe your constant value is 13. Okay, I'm making up the 13. So I'm going to say 13 divided by r. So if I want this to calculate that, I'm going to say equals 13 divided by, and then I'm just going to go over here and click the r value that I want to use. The r value is here. I'm not using inches, I'm using centimeters. And once again, I'm going to fill it downward. Okay. So as you can see, the number I made up is not at all close to the actual values that I got. So this shows how in Excel to add a formula. It shows how to fill downward. And the final thing that I wanted to show you was how to make charts or graphs. Okay, so to make a graph of your data, the simplest one would be to let's graph all our data. So I'm going to select all our data, and then I'm going to insert a graph. So I'm going to insert, and over here you can see the chart types, and we want to go to this chart here, which is scatter. We want to go to a scatter plot so that it will put time on the independent axis. So you can kind of hover and see what you like. I think I like this one. Okay, so it'll immediately put in a chart for you, and it's got a key at the bottom showing where it's plotting the radius in inches, centimeters, actual, predicted, and time on the bottom. And you can modify this chart to get the information you want. I would expect you to modify the title, okay, and I would expect you to make sure that the units were on there. And you can also you can click around here and you can find ways to change things. You can stretch it so that you can see the values better, and you can also take out entire bits of data. So for example, this blue line is the radius in inches, and we don't really care about that. So I can click on that and take it out. And you can make charts using just 1 or 2 columns. So that'll be the final thing I show you. The last thing to show you is graphing something with just part of the data. So let's say that I want to graph the radius in centimeters versus the predicted dr/dt. Okay, I have clicked one column, I have control clicked the other column, so I have 2 columns selected, and now I'm going to insert a scatter plot chart. And as you can see, it's got the radius is across the bottom and the dr/dt is across the top. Hopefully this will be helpful to you.